Over the last few years, Lil Tecca has had the music game on lock. He's dropped massive hits and made it to top charts countlessly and managed to build a loyal fan base all within a couple of years. Right now, it appears that Tecca might be the voice of the underground, helping Tana, Sofigo, Rich and Mary reach the next level of their careers. While he continues to shine light on upcoming artists, no one seems to realize Tecca has a dark secret, a secret that would 100% change the way people look at him and his success. Welcome back to my channel, where I drop new videos every week putting you guys in motion. In today's episode, we will be exposing Lil Tecca. Let's get right into it. Over the last few years, Tecca has shown that he is here to stay. He has dropped countless of hit singles and shown his versatility in the rap scene. He really has solidified himself and has made it known he's not going nowhere. With recently hitting over 20 million Spotify monthly listeners, Tecca has been showing that he's here to stay. But the only problem is his fans has no idea what Tecca had to do to make it to the top. In today's episode, we will be exposing the unknown truth about Lil Tecca and how he became the gatekeeper of the underground rap scene. What most fans don't seem to realize is there's a price you have to pay. Once you join the music industry, you have to go against your beliefs and compromise your values and morals. And by the end of this video, your eyes will be open to the stuff that actually goes on in the music industry. So Lil Tecca was one of the best hot up-and-coming artists back in 2018. He had a few singles released, but it's not till he dropped Molly Girl that he caught the attention of Taz Taylor. Tecca would eventually travel to California to collaborate with Taz, and in the session, he would make his most notable song Ransom and would become an overnight sensation. His music will be played all over the radio, and he will follow that up with his first studio album called We Love You Tecca, which would go platinum and would solidify his name in the rap game and take him to the next level. But following all that success, Tecca will have his first taste of the music industry and see what really takes place in this demonic industry. And the stuff he says on this live is truly disturbing.
Literally. They don't even know, Marcus. They don't even know, bro. To help y'all, though. How many... Let me ask y'all. How many in this live right now want to be a rapper? I'm going to tell you why you don't want to be a rapper right now. How many people in this want to be a rapper? Or want to be in some type of industry where they can get internet fame to get money? How many? Comment right now. Me. Let me tell you why. Your favorite rapper, you know what's crazy? Your favorite rapper, you're happier than your favorite rapper right now. You watching this live, he turned up, he with the money, you happier than him. That money that he got don't make him happy. None of that. All this, everything, bro. All this real life, none of, bro. I don't understand, bro. Like, these rappers are the weirdest I've ever met in my life. Like, people will really tell you that they love you and you don't even know their first name. Literally. You don't even gotta explain yourself. They gonna see. Bro. Gonna see. But that's just how it be, bro. Like, this fame is not what any of y'all want. None of y'all. Like, it's not worth it. Like, the shit you doing for fame, do for clout is crazy. It's just like, it's crazy. And it's so many people that want something that they're not even ready for. Like so many people are chasing a dream they're not even ready for. It's you ever was chasing a girl, right? It's just like this. You ever chased a girl, and then once you get her, you're like, yo, this is not what I thought. It's just like your type of, sometimes the type that you into is not for you at all. That you think is bad, not for you at all. Gotta go. This rap, not for a lot of you, because you got soft skin. Gotta go. Go.
So in this live, you hear Tecca talking about how you do not want to be in the industry, why you should not be a rapper, and how it's not what you think it is. Now think to yourself, why would someone who arguably had the hottest song and album of 2019 say this? It's because he's seen what really takes place in the industry and how it's ran by Baphomet, and how you have to compromise your morals and integrity to reach that next level. Because this wasn't Lil Tecca's first time talking about people approaching him, because in his song Lottery, he gives us a hint on what he was talking about on the live.
Please don't judge me if you do not know my past now. Man, and blast, and I wave it where they blast now. Please don't judge me if you do not know my past now. Man, and blast, and I wave it where they blast now.
Now let's search up what a waiver means. A relinquish of someone's rights. Now think to yourself, what was Tecca relinquishing?
Man, and blast, and I wave it where they blast now.
Was he relinquishing his soul in order to make it to the next level? Because this was the song he dropped before dropping his biggest hit, Ransom. And we all know by now, if you want to join the music industry, you have to give up something in order to reach that next level. That's why when you see your favorite celebrity lose a loved one, then all of a sudden their career skyrockets to the next level. It's because they made a sacrifice to Baphomet, which is the devil, and he rewards you for your offers.
So going back to like when Suge dropped that entire project, Baby on Baby, like I got a random call in the morning, maybe like 2 weeks, like a week after it drops. As soon as it goes to #1 on the Apple Music charts and this chart and that chart, that's a Grammy coming from what I come from. You get what I'm saying? Like this is like, damn, you know what I mean? I get a random phone call from my little brother. My father gets found, he got found dead. He died in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? From a heart condition. You know what I'm saying? And my oldest brother, my mom, she got 3 sons. I'm the baby, literally. You know what I mean? I got 2 older brothers that I was raised with, single mother. My oldest brother, he commits suicide. So this is every year. This is every year. You know what I mean? Every successful year of my life.
You having all this
I've
success.
been working towards this shit for years. You know what I mean? The second that it gets there, boom, okay. I'm hitting with this. You know what I mean? With my pops, boom. My brother. These are the only. I lost damn near every man I looked up to.
So after he went live, a few months later, he continued to drop songs like Bossa Nova, Glow Up, and Why You Look Mad. Everything will be going good for Tecca. He would be living his dream life. But in the midst of all that success, Tecca would be caught wearing something really interesting. Something that lets us know he gave into the industry traps, because he would be spotted wearing the star ring. And if you don't know what the star ring is, it's usually worn once you're initiated into the industry. It represents Baphomet, because Baphomet was called the Morning Star before he was casted down to earth. This is why you often see witches use pictograms for rituals and sacrifices, because it's a gateway to communicate with demonic entities. That's why they have your favorite artist wear this star ring once they make a deal with the devil. And take a guess what the artist becomes once they die with this 5-pointed star. You guessed it, a ritual sacrifice. I hope this is starting to make sense now. It gets deep, because they don't know once they wear this ring. They're in a covenant with the devil. That's why you see all these rappers passing away. It's because once they put on the star ring, they have entered into a deal with the devil.
Okay, so short and simple, the star ring means that I basically sold my soul to the devil, and it is what it is. So here it is up close. I know it's beautiful. Kiss it when you see it. Kiss your screen right now. Kiss it. Hey, look. So a lot of you guys talking about my pinky ring, which is my star. You guys said it has a lot of background meaning to it. It does. Just pray for me. I can't really talk too much about it, but yeah.
They're like soul ties with this star ring. And this star ring is not something that these rappers just say, hey, I'm gonna go out and get. They are forced to get this. When you see a rapper with a star ring, that means they have already sold out to the label. Their soul is gone.
So after Tecca got initiated, he will go on and have an impressive music career by dropping his second studio album named Virgo World. This was a highly anticipated drop because of the success on his first album. His fans couldn't wait for a part 2, but the album will unfortunately flop, only selling about 35,000 copies compared to his 68,000 first week numbers. Blogs will be starting to say that Tecca is not that guy anymore, but this wouldn't break Tecca. He will still go on and drop hit singles like Never Left and Show Me Up, which each accumulating over 20 million views. Tecca will be showing them that he's still that guy. But it's after this, Tecca would be extremely blatant with his ties with the occult, because he would be spotted wearing an occultic ring once again. And this isn't any ordinary ring. This ring right here is called a blood ring, and it has a very dark occult meaning behind it.
In this video, we're going to be talking about a specific secret society that a lot of people are not aware of, all right, that actually takes place in the music business as well as in entertainment, all right. Now, a lot of celebrities and high-powered politicians have been seen wearing this red ring, all right, but we're going to go into details on what this ring actually represents, all right, and its origins to the occult. A lot of traditions, okay, we say a lot of religions or traditions actually wore this red ring, all right. Now, it has some significance to the sun, okay, believe it or not, or what people may call sun worship, right? Now, Oprah's birthday is in January, all right, but Tom Hanks' birthday is in July, okay, and they're both seen here wearing this ring. Different styles, all right, but same representation, and we're going to talk about the true meaning of this ring down the line, all right. Now, the occultic side of the stone, all right, was called the garnet hemagate, right? The garnet hemagate, all right, which is actually a stone that is imported from India. All right, it's a very powerful stone. A lot of Indians believe that this stone had a lot of power behind it. This may seem like an innocent practice, but like I said, you know, these people in power, you know, they always have to flip everything and pervert it. All right, that's why I don't, you know, direct my energy towards anybody's specific belief or anything like that. Everybody has somewhat of a truth behind their story. All right, now this stone is also connected to the sun, like I said, right? And like most celebrities, politicians, and also dictators, they all have a fascination, all right, with sun worship, all right? You know, like I told y'all, when you're just not gonna stare at the sun and just be like, oh, now I'm enlightened. No, that's not how that works. There are specific deities that are connected to the sun, okay, and these people get their answers from these deities, all right, and that energy comes from that. This is why you got a lot of people that do white magic and black magic. White magic is during the day, black magic is during the night. Hence the sun worship and the moon worship, right? People cast spells at night. Some people cast spells during the day, all right? Now, the elite have actually indoctrinated this stone as a symbol, all right, for their occultic powerful group. All right, now, the name of this group is going to be called the Violent Power of Horus, all right? Now, a lot of your favorite celebrities, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, all right, Qasim Salamandi, or, you know, a lot of these powerful people are involved in this group. Tom Hanks also is involved in this group. Now here's the thing, right? And most people may believe this or may not believe this, right? The reason why this stuff comes into place, right? And here's the connection towards Freemasonry. A lot of these people join Freemasonry and these organizations, right, and the Hermetic Dawn and things of that nature, and they take the knowledge, all right, from these groups and organizations, all right. So the violent power of Horus, all right, or the blood of Isis, as some people may call this ring here, all right, this is a secret society club, and a lot of powerful people, all right, are involved in this, okay? This is where they're getting their energy from. It has to derive from sun worship, all right? A lot of people don't understand this, and I'm not talking about sun gazing. It's totally different, all right? I can't give you guys specific deities and stuff like that because I don't want anybody to go out there and try this nonsense. But you have to be very aware of this stuff. So now when you see a celebrity or a famous person wearing these red rings and things of that nature, they're all a part of this club. Okay, they're all a part of this club.
What kind of ring do you have on your finger?
Carnelian.
What's that?
It's a stone.
It's a stone? What kind of stone?
It's a crystal stone.
How much was that?
No.
Right,
So you believe in the astrology shit?
50?
That's like
50,000?
No. Like you believe like crystal and like astrology and shit like that.
I like my ring.
This may seem like an innocent practice, but like I said, you know, these people in power, you know, they always have to flip everything and pervert it.
What kind of ring do you have on your finger?
Carnelian.
What's that?
It's a stone.
It's a stone? What kind of stone?
It's a crystal stone.
But you have to be very aware of this stuff. So now when you see a celebrity or a famous person wearing these red rings and things of that nature, they're all a part of this club. Okay, they're all a part of this club.
Now I want you to think to yourself, why would Tecca go out his way to get a custom iced out blood ring made, which clearly has demonic origins tied behind it? It's because he's an occultist. If you type in Lucifer Morningstar ring on Google, you will see this exact ring Lil Tecca constantly wears. He makes it clear as day that he took the oath, the same oath he was talking about on the IG Live.
Let me ask you, how many in this live right now want to be a rapper? I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to be a rapper right now.
But what makes this situation even more crazier is once he took the oath, he got rewarded with a Puma deal. And we all know by now that Puma deals don't just come to anybody. It comes to those who are Masons, like Usain Bolt, for example. He scored a Puma deal, but just like every other celebrity, he had to become a Mason because the only way to get them big endorsement deals, all your favorite celebrity and influencers chose to become Masons so they could get more business opportunity and brand deals. Because the Masons is a brotherhood that has infinite connections. Most of their events consist of networking, and they make sure to take care of each other by any means possible. That's why when you see your favorite artists go to jail and they barely get any time or get a slap on the wrist, it's because the artists are Masons and the judges are Freemasons as well. And it's mandatory that they look out for each other. But back to Tecca, we know in order to get a big deal with Puma, it comes with a price. And Tecca makes it known that he took the prize because he's caught doing the Masonic one-eye symbolism to show you that he's a Mason. But as if that wasn't crazy enough, he did it while sitting under the Masonic checkerboards. So, just by this photo shoot, we can definitely conclude that Lil Tecca chose to serve the devil and participate in the humiliation rituals and games that goes on in the industry. But that's something I'll touch on later in the video that he makes these people do. But if you don't know what the Masonic checkerboard is, most of your favorite rappers and entertainers use it to show that they're a Mason. It's always subtle. But once you do your research, you will know that Masons use the same Masonic checkerboards in their loggias as a sign to communicate to other Masons, because Masons like to talk in code. That's why they have secret handshakes and secret hand gestures. They show you this because they believe that once they show you what they're going to do, or what they participate in, / who they serve, the karma is off their hands. That's their ideology.
I want to talk about something real quick. Before you say anything, my blinds is closed. I don't know why. Wait, I actually do know why. But for some reason in music videos, I keep seeing checkerboards. Like literally the red curtains and everything is freaking me out. It's becoming very questionable. So I digged a little deep into it, and the checkerboard comes from the Freemason checker floor. Now you may ask, what is Freemasonry? It is a fraternal organization, basically. And most people believe that this organization is what's running the world right now, controlling everything. So when you go away to college, they say, oh, join a fraternity. It'll help you get more places. You'll be able to get more jobs and stuff. And we know that Freemasonry is a fraternal organization. And in fraternities, you have to do rituals. So let's just say the music industry is applied to most of these rituals, because I'm seeing a lot of checkerboards here. So it's just like, does the checkerboards mean that they're associated with a specific society? Because most people who have the checkerboards are rich, famous, and all of that. This is Khloe Kardashian's house right now. So when you see that checkerboard, know that people are affiliated with that fraternity that gives them connections. But it's like, what are you doing to get those connections though? Because you gotta like do certain things. So it's just very much so questioning. I'm just a fellow citizen looking at these things and connecting the dots. Oh, this country. Y'all be safe.
So fast forward to today, Tecca has dropped 3 studio albums with 9 platinum records and has had major success in his music career. He stays low-key and drops music for his fans every summer. But it's not till his recent album that he just dropped that he makes it clear as day with the occultic imagery. So Tecca will go on and drop his recent album named Tech. This album would be very loved by his fans. With the different beat selections and the crazy transitions, this would display Tecca diversity. This would take Tecca to a different level and solidify his name. He would show the whole world that he's a phenomenal artist. But after the drop, Tecca would make a very interesting purchase to celebrate the release of his project. But before we get there, let's just check the boxes in what Tecca has shown us, so we know the ring is connected to sun worship and moon worship.
A lot of traditions actually wore this red ring. All right, now it has some significance to the sun.
We know he was on the Masonic checkerboard showing his allegiance, and even was caught in 4K quality doing the one-eye symbolism. I wonder what else we're missing. As if it wasn't blatant enough, he decided to buy and iced out the Freemason logo chain. Everything I've broke down in this video so far evolves around this. It's the Freemason logo, aka the Masons, which he's clearly showing that he's a part of. Like the image I'm showing you guys right now, which I found from Google by the way, is what the Freemasons heavily believe in. And this is the logo behind all this occultic practices. Just think about all the stuff he could have bought. Why does he love investing in occultic imagery? It's because you need to partake in these kind of stuff in order to move up in these industry rankings. The enemy is using him as a tool to recruit as many souls as possible for the kingdom of darkness. But since we're on that topic, I think it's time we talk about Tana. Tana was an up-and-coming artist, just like Tecca. He was one of the few people on the underground rap scene that was consistent and dedicated to his music. He had a few singles released like Made It, Blitz, and Can't Say, but it wasn't till he dropped his song Prada that would give him a buzz in the underground rap scene. This would catch the attention of Lil Tecca, and Tecca would eventually reach out to him, and they would link up to make a remix to Prada. This song would be very loved by fans, and would set the whole underground scene on fire. Because of the collision of both the mainstream and the underground world, Tana would be the first to bridge those gaps. Tecca would shortly sign him to his record label, Galactic Records, and this will be the rise of Tana's music career. Tana would go out to drop more hit singles like 14 and Anti-Social. He would have the underground rap scene on fire, definitely taking advantage of that Tecca cosign. But just like Tecca, a rapper by the name of Jace would call Tana out for doing some pretty questionable things, for getting in the position he's in right now.
Basically, Baby Santana he was in Discord with us. I wasn't on Discord that day. And basically, you know, he went to like Dada and he was saying like some white people had a call with him and was like, do this and this. And then he was like, on my baby, he said this. And bro was like, they wanted me to do this, so I sold my soul to him. And then boom, 2 days after, Lil Tecca co-signed. What? Like, bro, he can't be lying. And I'd never pull this out my because I'm not even the type of person to believe in conspiracy theories. Right. That's all. He was like, these white people had a call with him. They wanted him to do some certain shit. He was like, he sold his soul to him. And then 2 days later, bro, had a Lil Tecca co-sign doing shows with Lil Tecca, all that blue check mark in a week.
Please don't judge me if you do not know my past now. Man, in blast, and I wave where they blast now.
So in this live, you hear Jace saying Tana sold his soul, and 2 days later, he got that Tecca cosign that tells you all about what kind of role Tecca plays in the music industry. He's clearly the gatekeeper, giving all these young artists an opportunity to shine. But all he wants is one thing, and that is for you to sell your soul for that fame and success like he did. He wants you to compromise your morals, and if you take the offer, he will take you to the next level. So after Tana would take the oath, his rap career would go up with his hit songs like Off the Leash, Swag Like This, and Fear No Man. Tana will start to build a strong fan base, go on tour, and even have an opportunity to perform at Rolling Loud. From a kid coming from Columbus, Georgia to the level he was at, this would be very big for Tana. He would break out of the underground rap scene and slowly make his way into the mainstream rap scene. And we know what that exactly comes with, like Jace said. Jace says Tana sold his soul, then 2 days later he got a Tecca cosign, and it's crazy because all the things Jace said in the IG live slowly revealed itself, because Tana would be spotted doing the Masonic one-eye symbolism numerous of times, showing you everything Jace said in the IG live was 100% true. Tecca found Tana and presented him with an offer.
And bro was like, they wanted me to do this, so I sold my soul to him.
And once he took that offer, his career skyrocketed.
And then boom, 2 days after, Lil Tecca co-signed.
But Tana wouldn't only be showing the Masonic one-eye symbolism, he would take a route nobody would be expecting. He would now start dressing zesty and start wearing feminine clothing. And this would leave his fans confused, because he was never like this, and this wouldn't be a one-time thing. It will be a consistent thing. And what I found interesting is that Lil Tecca is in the comments basically co-signing this behavior. Now think to yourself, why would Tana randomly do this? You guessed it, it's because he took the same oath as Lil Tecca, and now he has to compromise his morals and go through humiliation rituals in order to go to the next level. The music industry is very wicked, and if you want to reach the next level, you have to sacrifice a loved one or humiliate yourself. And that's exactly what Tana did. He continues to humiliate himself in order to rank up in the music industry. It's no different from Lil Yachty when he wore the dress and got rewarded with a Drake feature. And when Kevin Hart wore the dress and his career skyrocketed, there's certain stuff you have to do in that satanic industry to boost your career and reach new heights. And as if Tana couldn't be more blatant on what he had to do to get in the spot he's in right now, Tana dropped his first mainstream studio album called Gaultier, and in that album, it had some very interesting songs. But the song that caught my attention was a song called Why, and in that song he says,
Fast lane life, and she like that. No, she left me hanging, she ain't tied back. Took a whole lot to risk my life. I put my life on the line, but that's why I'm on time, tryna grind, reach new heights.
This song tells you everything you need to know about Tana. He put his life on the line in order to have fame and notoriety, and he knows he's on the fast lane, because when you make a deal with the devil, it's always quick. He gives you a quick taste with the glitz and glamour, and then if you want to maintain that, you have to give up a sacrifice, whether it would be a friend or family. And if you can't give him that offer, he takes you as a sacrifice.
Worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death or something, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive, and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice.
That's why he says, took a whole lot of risk in my life, because this is a very risky game he's playing. But if he goes along and dances with the devil, he's going to reach new heights. What makes this song even crazier is in the video, he does the Masonic one-eye symbolism numerous of times, showing you who he put his life on the line for, making Jace's claims 100% true. And to add the cherry on top, he would be caught doing the one-eye symbolism with the pyramid months after dropping this album, showing you who's behind all his antics and who he's putting his life on the line for. So if you see Tana do another stunt, or if a friend or family comes up missing, you know why.
And bro was like, they wanted me to do this, so I sold my soul to him. And then boom, 2 days after, Lil Tecca co-signed.
So that's 2 artists so far we have broke down in this video. But if you made it this far in the video, Thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. But now you know what to look out for, and the consistent patterns these artists tend to show throughout their careers. We're currently about to break down Sofago, and for the non-believers that's probably still out there, there's no possible way Sofago does these same patterns that these Illuminati puppets do, right? Well, let's see. Sofago had a similar story, like Tana and Tecca. He was an underground artist trying to make a name for himself. Some people would even say he was the best underground rapper in the underground rap scene because of his crazy talent and crazy flows, and songs like Hayakimaru, Let the Girls Slay, and War. This would help him create a crazy fan base for himself. So with all this trajectory, this will get the attention of the gatekeeper, Lil Tecca, and he would reach out to Sofago to make his most infamous album called Angelic 7, which Tecca would produce all of those beats on the album. This will be a very anticipated drop, leaving fans curious on how Fago would sound on beats produced by Tecca. But with all those concerns, this would only give Fago the motivation to exceed expectations, because this album would actually take Sofago to the next level, because one of his songs on the album, called Knock Knock, would be getting crazy traction. And this song will eventually get Sofago on Billboard charts for the first time in his career. This will make Tecca only more credible since he has the ability to turn a regular artist into a superstar. So with all this traction that Sofago will be receiving, Tecca would pull strings and get Fago a Cole Bennett music video, just like how he did with Tana. And this music video would be the video to take Sofago from an underground artist into a mainstream artist. But there's a catch. In this specific music video, Fago would be caught doing something very interesting. Take a look. Yup. Fago would unfortunately take the oath like Tecca and Tana, but what's crazy to me is look who's there supporting him. The gatekeeper himself, Lil Tecca, the same person who's responsible for putting all this together, the same person who made the beat of the song that would get Fago in Billboard charts, the same person who would initiate Fago into Freemasonry and inevitably causing him to sell his soul just for fame and notoriety, just like what Tecca has been doing for all these artists he co-signs.
But for some reason in music videos, I keep seeing checkerboards. Like literally the red curtains and everything is freaking me out. It's becoming very questionable. So I digged a little deep into it, and the checkerboard comes from the Freemason checker floor. Now you may ask, what is Freemasonry? It is a fraternal organization, basically. And most people believe that this organization is what's running the world right now, controlling everything. So when you go away to college, they say, oh, join a fraternity. It'll help you get more places. You'll be able to get more jobs and stuff. And we know that Freemasonry is a fraternal organization. And in fraternities, you have to do rituals. So let's just say the music industry is applied to most of these rituals, because I'm seeing a lot of checkerboards here. So it's just like, does the checkerboards mean that they're associated with a specific society? Because most people who have the checkerboards are rich, famous, and all of that. This is Khloe Kardashian's house right now. So when you see that checkerboard, know that people are affiliated with that fraternity that gives them connections. But it's like, what are you doing to get those connections though? Because you gotta like do certain things. So it's just very much so questioning. I'm just a fellow citizen looking at these things and connecting the dots. Oh, this country. Y'all be safe.
Do you see the pattern now? This is what takes place in the music industry. You have to compromise your morals and do the unthinkable in order to reach the next level. Tecca is recruiting these kids into the music game and making them take the oath for a chance to be in the spotlight. That's why you see, whenever he gives a young artist a cosign, their music career goes up. And then all of a sudden, you'll see them doing strange things they weren't doing before. And it's not because they want to, it's because they're forced to. And that's what they agreed on to make it to the position they're in right now. So after Tecca would initiate him to the occult, Fago's career would continue to flourish after that. He will continue to drop music, and would even drop his most infamous album, After Me. This is what would really stamp Fago in the rap game, and this album will go so crazy that it would get the attention of Travis Scott, and would make Travis actually sign Fago under his record label Cactus Jack. And this Cactus Jack deal will bring him a lot of great opportunities, like getting a Puma deal and being featured in a commercial with LeBron James and Bronny James. And we both know in this industry, you have to be part of the Freemason and take the oath in order to get deals like that. And we know Fago did exactly that, because just like every other artist I've been showing you guys, he shows us what he did in order to get that deal, because he would show us the all-seeing eye symbolism, just like Tecca and Tana, and he shows us this occultic hand gesture multiple times, telling us who he serves and what side he chose in order to get the fame and notoriety. And shortly after showing us these occultic symbolisms, he would drop a song called Don't Miss. And just like every other artist I've shown you guys, he would show us what he did for the position he's in right now.
Acting like all bad being broke. Run up and go to sex on the knee. When that chopper go do the fire. Go and get it or you die trying. Shoot it, put it when you hide now. You ain't never put your life on the line. You ain't never put your life on the line. You ain't never put your life on the line. I put my life on the line, but that's why I'm on time. Tryna grind, reach new heights.
So is it a coincidence that once these artists take the oath, they tend to mention how they put their life on the line?
You don't judge me if you do not know my past now. Man, and blast, and I wave or they blast now.
They brag about this because they're on borrowed time and they have to make sacrifices, whether it would be a loved one or act zesty and participate in homosexual rituals in order to maintain their position in the industry. That's why these artists tend to say this. And he says he cannot go back to being broke because he'll rather play the devil's game and take the risky path for money before he ever goes back to living a regular life. So with all this evidence, we can conclude that Lil Tecca initiated Tana and Fago into Freemasonry, and that's what opened the door for them to act and dress feminine just so they could maintain the spotlight and fame. So now that we've broke down Fago, let's see if we can spot the same pattern we've been seeing with Rich Ameri. So the last person I'll be breaking down in this video will be Rich Amiri. Let's see if we could spot the same patterns we've been seeing these artists do. So Amiri was an up-and-coming underground artist on the rise, just trying to make it to the big stage. But just like the many artists I've mentioned in this video, he would not know what that would come with. Amiri was a phenomenal artist. He had a few songs out, but it wasn't really jumping until he started getting traction with his first big song he dropped called Walk In. This will get him a buzz in the underground rap scene and gain him the support base he was looking for. He would shortly follow that up by dropping his most notable album called Chase. This album will get the attention of Taz Taylor, and Taz would reach out to him and they will lock in, and Taz and Amiri would eventually link up and cook up some songs, and in that studio session, Popping was made. So Taz with his industry ties would call up Tecca and get him on the feature so he could get that platinum Tecca cosign, and you know what that cosign comes with. So Tecca would hop on the song and Amiri would tease the snippet, leaving fans curious on how did he get the Tecca cosign this fast. But nevertheless, they still loved the song. So with all the positive response, Amiri will drop his first mainstream song, which will be Popping featuring Lil Tecca. They also would shoot a music video to it, and I'll just let you see for yourself. Yup, and just like all the other artists I've broke down in this video, he would be spotted on the Masonic checkerboard right after getting that Tecca cosign. It's just something about that Tecca cosign that these young up-and-coming artists take, then all of a sudden they sell out to the industry. But like I said before, Lil Tecca is playing the role as a gatekeeper of the underground rap scene, and if you want to go to the next level, he gives you a cosign just like how he gave Amiri, Tana and Fago a cosign. And then as they continue with their music careers, they will slowly show their Masonic ties with the industry. They do this because you have to forfeit one thing in this music industry, and that is your soul. So by this video, we know clear as day that Rich Amiri took that oath and joined the secret society in order to receive fame and fortune. But let's keep going. So Rich Amiri will go on after that and drop another project shortly after the cosign called Evolution. So with all the eyes on him, this will be a great follow-up from his song Popping, because this will break him from the underground rap scene to the mainstream rap scene. But we know that in order to enter the mainstream rap scene, you need to take the oath, which he already made clear in the music video, but he would confirm our suspicions when he would also take a picture showing the all-seeing eye, showing us what he did to get into that mainstream rap scene. And oddly enough, after he would take this photo, his career would start picking up, and him and Internet Money will continue to work together, and they would push and prioritize Amiri, and Amiri would come out with songs like Can't Die, Keep All of That, and Dirty Money. And for that specific song, Amiri would show us why Internet Money continuously pushes him. Because on the song Dirty Money, the cover will show him doing the all-seeing eye symbolism once again. And what I found interesting is the song is called Dirty Money. And when we search up Dirty Money, it means money that someone gets in an unfair, illegal, or dishonest way. Don't you find it kinda odd that the song is called Dirty Money and he shows us the one-eye symbolism, and the definition of the song name is obtaining money in a dishonest way? And we already know that the Masons like to put the truth in plain sight and talk in code. And we know Amiri is a Mason. So with all this evidence he shows us, we can conclude that Amiri knows that he's making money in a dishonest and compromising way, but he will continue to do it just to maintain this rapper lifestyle. So Amiri will carry on his rap career and continue to drop songs like Best Friend, Ain't Nothing, and Codeine Crazy. He would transform into a new artist, experimenting with different sounds and different flows, and his fans would love the change. And this will only grow his fan base, making him one of the hottest up-and-coming artists in 2024. But things will get weird really quickly, because Amiri would do a live performance for one of his songs called Ain't Nothing, and in that live performance he would be seen doing something very strange, leaving his fans very confused on why he would do this to himself out of nowhere. I want you to take a look. As if it wasn't clear as day that Amiri took the oath, it sure was now. They made Amiri compromise his integrity and morals just for a chance to make it to that top spot, and that's what the industry will do to you.
Yeah, how many in this live right now want to be a rapper? I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to be a rapper right now.
And I hope you're starting to see the patterns now, because these were regular kids until they were turned out by the industry and the gatekeeper. And this will always be a consistent pattern with any body Tecca cosigns. You just have to be willing to open your eyes. So after Rich Amiri would upload that Zesty video, he would continue to drop songs. And 1 month after dropping that Zesty video, he would drop his biggest song yet, called One Call. Coincidence? I think not, but this song would blow him up on all platforms and would end up getting him on Billboard charts for the first time in his career, and the song would eventually get over 200 million views. This would be the cherry on top with all the success he was having. This song would even stamp him in the mainstream rap scene, which he will even have the opportunity to enter the XXL 2024 freshman list. So needless to say, that song will change his life. But there would be a reason why that particular song would blow up so crazy like that. So Rich Amiri would get interviewed on how his hit song was created, and in that interview he says something very concerning. So the interview starts off with the interviewer asking him, "What do you remember about that session making One Call?" And Amiri responds with, "Just being in this flow state. A lot of times when I'll make a song, I'll be like, damn, what am I going to say next? Or damn, should I do this? Or should I do that?" But with One Call, it was just almost like God talking to me and telling me what to say. Or I was reciting a song that I had listened to before. It was just flowing. So if you don't know what this means, a spirit was using Amiri's body as a vessel so he could make his most biggest popular song, which was One Call. That's why he says, "It was almost as if God was talking to me and telling me what to say. It was like I've recited a song I've listened to before." He says these things because there was an entity controlling him which he calls God, and used his body to make that song, which is very demonic and it's witchcraft. And you'll be surprised how many musicians who do these kind of stuff.
Like, I feel like he just be in the studio like, she said, looking, I'm proud of you.
No, geeked out his mind like this.
Like, he just be chilling, like, saying exactly how you feel. Like, I feel
Well,
like
he
that's so
believes,
cool.
I don't know if you believe this, but he believes he gets all of his, like, lyrics and stuff
From
from
a
the
higher
art.
power?
The art gods. Like, he calls it the art gods.
Yes,
like, he can't record or nothing. Do you believe in that too?
I feel like, yeah, like, I feel like I get my, like, creativity and stuff, like, from the higher power. I feel like whenever I step in the booth, a higher power, like, steps over me. Definitely, because it's, like, I feel like it's kind of whoever wants to come into my body at a specific time. Like I feel like spirits use me as a vessel because I'm a powerful vessel and I know how to get the message across. So, like, say if, I don't know, a spirit wanted to come into me to get something off their chest,
Yeah.
I would be the perfect vessel to use that. And that's why I feel like I'm so versatile because I'm saying a lot. I feel all of them. I'm not just doing all that just to be versatile. Like, I literally sometimes feel like making R&B. Sometimes I feel like making hip hop. Sometimes I feel like making
And these are
EDM.
all different spirits.
Yes, and I
using
feel
you
like
as vessel.
I feel like they're using my vessel.
Feel that.
Like,
Well,
I feel like I kind of like zone out when I'm in the studio. Like, then I come out and I'm like, what the? Like, bro, when I come out the studio and I listen to it, I'm like, no way I just made this. No way I just made this.
So
I be
so
feeling
it's
like
like
spirits.
it's like you don't come back after the song's completely done, and like you're back. Like,
Yeah, like,
That's
I
hard.
definitely zone out.
That's
like, I
hard.
zone out. I zone out.
well, shout out to the spirit that came in and did Stammy, because
So you hear BK the ruler saying that she also uses her body as a vessel, so different entities can communicate through her, so she could make diverse music. This is why she's so successful, because she's operating from a higher power, which is called spirit channeling, which the Bible speaks out against because it's very demonic. You're seeking for entities to help you create music, which are the henchmen of Satan. So that's why you often see when they do this channeling, they become more darker over the years, because the demons that they allowed in their vessel is taking control over the body, and that only leads to more dark and occultic and demonic imagery down the future. That's why you have to be very careful with the artist you listen to, because they have an effect on you, whether you know it or not.
Songs are spells. That's what chants means. If you look in French, the word chants, it means song, but it also means a spell. The things that we say, that's why they say you got to be careful. Life and death resides in the tongue. Everything that we say holds value, it holds weight, and it has the ability to trigger things. So imagine when you take that and you put that to melody and you put that to song that holds you and rocks you. Whatever is embedded in that sound is now embedded in you. Whatever is embedded in that sound is now embedded in you.
Whenever I step in the booth, a higher power, like, steps over me. Definitely, because it's like, I feel like it's kind of whoever wants to come into my body at a specific time. Like I feel like spirits use me as a vessel because I'm a powerful vessel.
So Amiri would carry on with a pretty impressive music career, and he would be on top of the world now, performing at events like Rolling Loud and going on tour with Tecca and being featured in XXL. It's like rich Amiri dreams came true, but it would also come with a price, because while he would be performing at Rolling Loud, he will be spotted with something on that would raise some eyebrows. Why don't we take a look? Does that look familiar to you?
Okay, so short and simple, the star ring means that I basically sold my soul to the devil, and it is what it is. Hey, look, so a lot of you guys talking about my pinky ring, which is my star. You guys said it has a lot of background meaning to it. It does. Just pray for me. I can't really talk too much about it, but yeah.
So Amiri makes it clear as day that he took the oath and compromise his morals in order to participate in the devil's game, just like how Lil Tecca did with Tana and Fago. He's the person behind all of this. Tecca is the underground gatekeeper. That's why you see all the artists that he's put on act strange and different once they get a feature from him. It's because he initiates them to the industry, and with being in the industry, you have to compromise your morals and show your allegiance, which we've seen throughout this whole video. I would wrap up the video here, but there's one more point I just found out while editing this video. So this was a while back, but Tecca reposted this guy named Bloody Dior. And if you don't know who this guy is, he's a model popular for posting streetwear photos and is good friends with Tecca and has been featured in multiple music videos like Yeeves and £500. So when we take a look on his page, he's very blatant with the occultic imagery. We can see he has this blood ring on as well, matching with Lil Tecca. So when we scroll down his page a bit more, he has a picture doing the Freemason hand gesture, showing you his allegiance and what secret society he's part of. But when we keep on searching in the third picture, he's caught doing the Illuminati pyramid with the blood ring on his finger. So we know he's also a Freemason, and what makes it even more interesting is that out of all the other posts he has on his page that Tecca could comment on, he decided to comment under this post and put a skull and bones flag emoji. But out of all the emojis, why would Tecca choose that one, right? And why would he use that specific emoji on this specific picture when he's throwing up the Illuminati pyramid? So for the people who know what the Skull and Bones Secret Society is, they would be able to connect the dots. But if you don't know what the Skull and Bones Secret Society is, take a look at this video.
Skull and Bones Society. The mere mention of its name evokes an air of mystery and intrigue. Founded in 1832 at Yale University, it's one of the world's most exclusive and secretive organizations. The Society's members, carefully selected for their leadership potential, are part of a long-standing tradition of secrecy and power. It's said that only a select few are chosen to join, and once they do, they become part of a shadowy elite that holds tremendous influence and power in the world. Initiation into society is rumored to involve a coffin and other macabre elements, with the goal of shaping members into a tight-knit group with a shared sense of purpose. While it's difficult to know for sure what the Skull and Bones Society is really about, one thing is certain: it's a powerful and shadowy organization.
Skull and Bones, its members rise to the very pinnacles of power, like George Walker Bush, for example. When Bush contested the presidency with Democrat John Kerry, it was a battle between two bonesmen.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
Connecticut has its own secret society called the Skull and Bones. They were founded in 1832 and meet in this building known as the Tomb. They've had some very famous people part of this group, including former US presidents. Maybe some of these guys behind me look familiar. They were former members. Their members are referred to as the Bonesmen, members of the Order, or initiated to Order. This is their official logo and their speculation on what the 322 means. This is their official logo and their speculation on what the 322 means. This is their official logo and their speculation on what the 322 means. This is their official logo and their speculation on what the 322 means.
You know, like, what have you learned, you know what I'm saying, in the process since some of the early, you know, success you had with songs like Ransom and stuff like that?
Definitely just gotten better at rapping, gotten better at learning what I like, what I don't like. Just learning the whole game. I'm still a student of the game, of course. I'm still very, very new in this, but I spent some time. I've been around the block a few times now, you know, so I know a few things.
For sure.
I got some tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you for letting us in on that, like, Toronto background information, man.
Bro, that type, I ain't hiding nothing. I feel like that part is such like a pure part of my career.
Hell yeah.
That was, I was willing to do anything to make it. That was like,
yeah.
I ain't guilty or I ain't embarrassed or nothing. I'm proud of it. I was willing to do anything to make it. That was like,
yeah.
I ain't guilty or I ain't embarrassed or nothing. I'm proud of it.
This is why you see Lil Tecca wearing so much attire with skulls on it. It's because he's a part of the Skull and Bones Secret Society, and he has to show us this because that's how these people in higher places work. They take advantage of our ignorance so they can push their agendas on us. This is why he says he doesn't regret anything, and he's proud of it, and even has the Secret Society logo tattooed on him. It's because in order to move up in the rankings, you have to show your allegiance and join certain secret societies in order to get more opportunities that could benefit you and your music career. It's no different than all these other rappers showing their allegiance to the all-seeing eye. telling you what they had to get involved in to get that major breakthrough. And Lil Tecca makes it very clear that he's a part of the Skull and Bones secret society by getting the logo tattooed on his stomach and chest so he could show other members and the higher-ups that he's initiated into the club without having to say a word. And it's not only Lil Tecca who does these kind of stuff. All the top artists will always show you what they had to do to get in the position they're in right now, just like how Lil Tecca has countlessly shown us throughout this whole video.
Let me ask you, how many in this live right now want to be a rapper? I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to be a rapper right now.
And that's why he's starting to post and wear the leopard print design, because there's a dark, twisted, occultic meaning behind it that would make you sick to your stomach. But if you guys want a full, in-depth video breakdown video on that, then comment Tecca Part 2. But that will be the end of this video, guys. But today, we learned that Lil Tecca holds the keys to the underground rap scene and is being placed to be the underground gatekeeper for all these young up-and-coming artists. This is why you need to be very careful on who you listen to, because you don't know what practices these artists are doing to come up with these catchy melodies, because we heard BK the Ruler saying that she allows an entity to use her body as a vessel so she could make diverse music, and us being naive will listen to it and think it's art, which we know now that it's demonic. But I really resonate with a lot of you guys because I used to love Tecca and Tana and the whole underground rap scene. I was even the original person who uploaded this video of Tana making 4+ songs on IG Live until I deleted it once I started coming into the truth. And I thank Jesus he revealed that to me, because these artists openly worship the devil and some even allow him to use their body as vessels. So only imagine how real and powerful God is. Don't take this video for granted, because he wanted you to see this for a reason and open your eyes, and now you know the truth. But if I could tell you guys one thing, I'll say invite him to your hearts and he'll change your mind and open your eyes just like how he did to mine. Because we're gonna die one day and we're gonna stand right before him, and it's either we go up with him or we go to the same place that these artists are going to go if they don't repent. And pray for them that God opens their eyes, because they're dancing with the devil. And we know how that goes. But I know this video was a bit longer than usual, but shout out to the people who stayed for real. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on my Instagram so you guys could suggest me new video ideas and video breakdowns. But y'all know, I had to put y'all in motion. Stay tuned for more uploads, and I'ma catch y'all in the next one. But most importantly, don't forget, Jesus loves you guys. Peace out.